If you find all the dials and controls on your camera confusing, then don't go away, because in this week's video I want to share with you some great tips that will help you get more from your camera so you can take better photos. Welcome to the Photo Genius channel. Hi, Paul here from Photo Genius in Brisbane. Welcome to my channel. So retro style cameras like this one have become increasingly popular over the past few years. Fujifilm leading the way with their range of X series cameras, Nikon have the ZFC and ZF, and it's also rumoured that Canon may also be following the trend soon with a retro style camera based either on the much loved AE1 film camera or maybe even the Canon QL17. Now personally, I really like the look of these types of cameras, and I have a Fujifilm X100S, X100V and a Nikon ZFC. Now they're all great cameras, so if you have a retro style camera like these or you're considering buying one, then watch this video because I've got some great tips that will help you get more from your camera and of course take better photos. Now typically with most DSLR cameras or mirrorless cameras like this one, you will have one dial on the top of the camera and it's called the mode dial. This will allow you to select different camera modes with shutter priority, aperture priority and the manual mode, giving you the most control over your camera features. Now whilst the Nikon ZFC and ZF cameras have replaced the mode dial with a switch, some retro style cameras, particularly the Fujifilm models, have no mode dial at all. Instead it's been replaced with dials for shutter speed, ISO and exposure compensation. So with no mode dial, does that mean that you lose out on shutter and aperture priority? Well no, let me show you. Now if you're unsure how this works, shutter priority simply means that you're able to select and choose the camera shutter speed, but you let the camera look after the aperture and the ISO in the background. Now this mode is very popular with photographers who like to shoot moving subjects such as sports and wildlife. For shutter priority, all you need to do is to ensure that you select auto aperture. Simply turn the aperture ring on the lens to A. Then all you need to do is to set the ISO to auto using the camera menu or use the dial on the top of the camera. Now you can adjust the shutter speed as you wish with the camera looking after the rest. Okay, so what about aperture priority mode? Well, you've guessed it, this time you have control over the aperture within the lens and the camera will look after the shutter speed and if you wish, the ISO for you. Now aperture controls depth of field, so this makes it a very popular mode if you wish to have full control over background blur. For aperture priority, firstly you need to make sure the aperture is not set to A. Then select the aperture you wish to use. For a blurry background, a low f number. Then make sure the shutter speed dial is set to A for auto, and once again you can set the ISO to auto or adjust it yourself for even more control. It's up to you. Now this next tip is great, and if you've got a retro style camera like this one, it's really going to change the way you use it. If you wish to get the very best from your camera, then you're going to want to be able to adjust the shutter speed. With a non-retro style camera like the Canon R50 set to the manual mode, this is simply done by turning the command dial, and as you can see the shutter speed range is very extensive. But now let's compare the R50 to a Fujifilm camera, and in a moment I'll do the same using a Nikon. With the Fujifilm X100V, the shutter speed dial is on the top of the camera and you simply rotate the dial to select the shutter speed you wish to use. So let's start with both cameras set to their fastest shutter speeds, which is 1/4000th of a second. Now this of course is a very fast shutter speed. You might use this on a very bright day or if you wish to capture a fast moving subject. Now should I wish to choose a slower shutter speed using the Fujifilm camera, the next option on the dial is 1/2000th of a second. Now in the photography world we call this an adjustment of one stop. But with the R50, when I turn the command dial on the top of the camera, we don't just jump from 1/4000th of a second to 1/2000th of a second. Instead, as you can see, there are two more shutter speeds that I could select before I reach 1/2000th of a second. So the R50 allows me to adjust in smaller increments of 1/3 of a stop. So let me show you how you can do the same with a Fujifilm camera. So with the dial set back to 1/4000th of a second, I can now use the command dial to fill in the gaps. If I now turn the top dial to 1/2000th of a second, once again I can use the command dial to select 1/1600 or 1/1250th of a second. Now whilst this is easy enough to do, there is an even easier way to do this that I'm sure you're going to love. Simply turn the dial to T. Now that stands for time. Now using the command dial, I can make adjustments through the whole shutter speed range, making the camera much easier to use. Now the Nikon ZFC also has a limited range of shutter speeds using the dial alone. But if you turn the dial to the 1/3 step setting, just like with the Fujifilm camera, you can now turn the command dial and select any shutter speed you wish. Much easier. Now if you would like to know even more about shutter speeds, consider checking out this video next where I cover all the basics. Link coming up at the end of this video, but you will also find one in the video description. Now of course, cameras that are specifically designed to look like old film cameras may not be your thing at all, but the retro look is very popular. It doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. Personally, I love it. I think these are great, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's video and you picked up some good tips, and if you did, please let me know by clicking on the like button. You'll find it somewhere down there. Of course, consider subscribing if you wish to see more photography tips from me. That's about it. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. See ya. Bye.